Hey guys, how's it going? Danny here, Invest Digital Assets, coming at you with another video. Today I want to talk a little bit about how to avoid big losses in crypto. Somebody commented on my video, or one of my videos, that if I could share an advice of how you can actually avoid or really kind of mitigate massive losses in crypto. So this is for you guys. I'm going to give multiple examples of what can potentially annihilate you in crypto, and what you can do to really avoid it. So first thing first, get my coffee here. It's a little bit chilly. The first thing first is trading, day trading. Especially whenever you're new to investments, what you see a lot is guys on YouTube, especially, they're pulling up the chart of whatever project. Let's say Bitcoin. We'll use Bitcoin for this example. Now they're going to pull up Bitcoin chart, and then they'll start their technical analysis, pretending like they're all experts of showing, okay, Bitcoin is right now at 110, tomorrow it's going to be at 112. There's all of these technical analysis experts that I think they can predict where where the next price is heading to. I call them speculators. So the world of investments really is divided into two categories. You have the speculators, and then you have the real investors. Well, what's a speculator, Danny? Can you elaborate on that? So a speculator, in my vision, is a guy who pulls up the chart, and then they start doing all of their technical analysis, and they're really essentially trying to predict which way the price of the Bitcoin is going to go. Is it going to go up, or is it going to go down, and why? And then they'll have all sorts of these, again, technical analysis. They'll put all sorts of stuff in there, and they'll tell you, okay, this is where it's going to go and why. And the truth is, no one can really predict. I think about it. Do you have a crystal magic ball? Nobody can actually predict the price of Bitcoin. That's why we call them speculators, because they believe that tomorrow or in a minute or in an hour it's going to go that way, right? So that's what they're doing. What you want to do is you want to be an investor, meaning you don't want to speculate on the asset. If you believe that this asset will perform well over time, like Bitcoin, all you have to do is you buy the asset and you simply sit on it. You just hold. You don't have to do anything else. You don't go on a chart and looking of where it's going to go, because it's a really bad habit. If you look at the chart every single day, you're too much involved in it. And again, if you watch it every day, that means you see your money going up and down. And when it goes up and down, it really plays with your emotions. And if it plays with your emotions too much, you can make a mistake. Well, what kind of mistake can you make? Well, for example, you can sell too early and then miss the big wave. Why? Because you listened to some guy on YouTube, showed you a chart of, where it's going to potentially go in the next, whether days or weeks or months, and you believe them. Don't believe them, because if they actually knew what they were talking about, they'd probably be billionaires by now. Think about it. If you know where the price is going to go, you just you take a leverage position, and you profit. And some people do profit, but a lot of people get annihilated. So don't listen to everybody, especially the moment these guys pull up the chart and they pretend like they're experts. They're not. They're just fooling you guys. So one of the things to avoid annihilation or big losses, especially in the beginning, is avoid day trading. Do not be a speculator. Be an investor. Buy and hold long term. That's the key. All right, well, what else can be, how else can you avoid a big loss? Well, you guys probably heard about meme coins. That was a very big money maker in 2024. It seems like we had a whole massive meme wave on that year. Meme coins were outperforming a lot of utility projects out there, which was really strange times if you think about it. A lot of people made, millions were printed. Some projects made it to billions. But the amount of people that got wiped entirely is unbelievable because, again, once you start making some money, you can't help but see all these opportunities. And what exactly am I talking about? Well, you guys know that some of you are in Bitcoin, but many of you probably heard the term altcoins or alternative coins, basically anything other than Bitcoin. So you're into Bitcoin, and then you're seeing all these little projects, and you're like, hey, like, what's this? Maybe there is an opportunity here. So what happens is that I just mentioned previously that sometimes you might sell too early and you'll miss a big wave. So what happens is that you see an opportunity over there and you're selling your current position to move your money elsewhere. What's going to happen? And it seems like it happens all the time. You get into something and then it kind of tanks, like it goes down a little bit. And then the asset that you just sold actually went up. It's crazy, but it seems like it happens quite often. Now, another way you can actually lose a lot? Selling at the wrong time. Well, what is a good time to sell? Well, you want to sell on big, massive green candles when people are buying a lot. Even though, yeah, you have a potentially, you could probably earn a bit more money if you hold longer. But ideally, you want to sell on green candle and you want to buy on red. Again, when there is blood on the street, this is your best time to buy. And then when everyone is partying, essentially that's when you want to take a little bit of profit and move elsewhere. So what are some of the things that can really annihilate you in crypto is day trading. And when I say day trading, I really mean leverage. Because when you use leverage, that's when, and especially when you don't really know enough or too much, that leverage can annihilate you a lot quicker than you think. So leverage is one. Selling at wrong times, that's another very big one. Happens all the time, really, to everybody. There is no perfect time to sell. As long as you're in profit is good time, right? As long as you're making money, you can sell at any time technically because you're in profit, right? So do not sell too early. Big mistake. Do not trade. Don't listen to traders or those who pull up the chart and pretend like they're experts because they're not. So the charts, selling too early, and then avoid all these meme coins. They're probably going to be your biggest, I call it the money pit machine, because a lot of meme coins come out every second practically. People are pumping them every few seconds. So you can make a lot of money in meme coins, but 9 out of 10, really 9.9 out of 10, you're going to get annihilated. So avoid meme coins. Stick to solid projects. It's not that hard. It simply requires to do a lot of research. So avoid meme coins. Avoid leverage trading until you actually know what you're doing, until you've, I would say, accumulated enough money that the money that you will be trading, it's basically either for fun or for learning purposes. Well, a lot of people say, well, I used to, paper trade and I was doing really well, and then I've tried the real thing and then actually, ended up losing everything. So you'll find a lot of people like that, they started off with paper trading. They think they're doing really well. And it seems like when you do paper trading, it seems to go well because there's no real money involved, and therefore there's no real emotions playing. But when you do put real money and you see your assets going up and down in value, it does play with your emotions, especially in the short term, because you guys know that crypto is very volatile, right? So again, avoid meme coins, avoid leverage trading in the beginning. Do not be a speculator, be an investor. Investors invest in the long term. So invest long term and hold it long term. That's the key. And do not sell too early. Again, only sell whenever you're in profit, and try your best. And I know it's going to be very difficult, but try your best to sell on green candles whenever you're in profit. And then if you do want to buy, try to buy, during pullbacks or when there is, when the market dips, or especially in a bear market. You can buy a lot in the bear market, but whenever you have a pullback or some kind of dip, buy on red, because essentially that's an opportunity for you to get in. It's on sale, essentially. So buy it. Again, long term, focus on long term. Once you buy something, it's going to be there for long term. You buy Bitcoin, think about it long term. Don't think about it the next a month or two. Think about everything long term. So avoid meme coins because that's a short ride. Avoid leverage trading because that will annihilate you faster than you think. And avoid selling too early. So I think, guys, there's so much more really to talk about on how you can avoid massive losses in crypto. But, these are some of the common ones that I would say, especially if you're a beginner in crypto. Because everyone wants to make a whole lot of money, and when you hear all these stories about meme coins, you'll probably want to try it eventually, but I tell you, stay away from it because you will get annihilated. Again, 9.9 out of 10 get annihilated. They're not performing. You will lose all of your money. So stick to solid projects that actually have some kind of utility, and a lot of people are slowly adopting it. So as always, guys, that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Keep investing forever, and I'll see you in the next video.